Hi, good evening. Good evening. Welcome to Mike at Night. Thank you very much for joining us this evening. And we always expect you. We always expect to have you on. We look forward to having you, and I hope that you look forward to being with us every week, every Thursday at 9 o'clock to 10 o'clock. I am Michael Stewart, and this is Mike at Night. And let me say hello to all the people who have joined us. Sharon Manswell, good to have you. Orville Melville, blessed night to you. Alice John, good evening. My good friend Mimi, of course, you got to be here. Here you are again to get torture. Yeah, good evening. I see some new people. Is it Ava I'm seeing? I'm not too sure that we've had Ava on before, but good to have you. All right, who else do we have on this evening? Wendy Norton and so many people. Charmaine, hey, good. Elton Gooden, Anne Marie Braffett, Glenda Allen. Ah, my goodness, good to see all of you. Share the live, people. Wilma Hamlet, good evening to you. I want you to share the live. Share the live. This evening is going to be awesome as usual. We're going to talk some things this evening. We're going to give you 3 reasons why most people are unhappy in their lives. And let's see if you are one of them. I don't know. You could never tell. But we're going to discuss it. We're going to share with it. Yes. So we have so much in store for you this evening. And those of you who are tuning in for the first time, just post on it and tell me first time. Yes, I am going to be. Let me give you a shout out for the first time callers. Yes, those of you who are with us, we're always happy to have you all. Yes, Flament on board. Thank you very much, Tara. Good evening. Judith John, all the way from St. Lucia. Good evening, every one of you all. Ursula De Silva, nicely. Lenora Moses, good evening to you. All right, so let's not waste some time. Let's go and pay some bills, and we'll be right back. We give you those 3 reasons why most people are unhappy with their lives. Let's take it away, Mr. Director. Double B Supermarket, 60 to 62 Government House Road, Scarborough, Tobago. All items reasonably priced, friendly staff. If you don't believe me, you call them 639-5329. If you ask them any question, Double B Supermarket, 60 to 62 Government House Road, Scarborough, Tobago. All items reasonably priced, friendly staff. If you don't believe me, you call them 639-5329. If you ask them any question, they'll tell you Jesus is the answer.
Don't let the weather of the day dictate your pace. I stayed cool every time I got into my vehicle, and you can too. At Tow School Center of 31 Gaskin Bay Road, Bonaccord, they specialize in auto air conditioning with parts and services catering to your car's needs. Call and ask for tows at 660-8777 or 788-3535. Tow School Center, where a comfortable ride is a cool ride.
Halifax Safe Home Revolution is passionate about providing you with scientific-based, medical-grade, safe take-home products that cover your essential needs. From your oral health to your daily skincare regimen to maintaining and preserving your overall health, our products are enriched with premium-grade, patent-protected microsilver and Norwegian spruce tree extract. Halifax Safe Home Revolution will forever change and revolutionize the way you take care of yourself and your families. It's a game changer. Okay, let me just tell you about some programs that we have coming up. We have a wonderful program for you, how to design the life you want. Most people live their lives vicariously, live it through somebody else's. They don't have their own life, they live somebody else's life. This is going to be a wonderful program. It's on the 16th, which is Saturday coming. So if you have not registered yet, you are late. You should be registered. And if you do want to register, I want you to go to my website, www.michaelstewart.com. Remember to put the 80 in between, because people miss that out and just put michaelstewart.com and end up with some other page, or it says that the page is in the making. but Michael A.T. Stewart. That is www.michaelatstewart.com. Yes, as you see, it says there, some people say they make things happen. Some other people, they watch things happen. And other people just ask, what happened? Yeah, don't be one of those. All right, so let's go to the next one. We have a program coming up for singles. It's a free session. That one that we just called is a paid session, but this one is a free session for single people. And when we say single, we mean unmarried, separated, divorced, and widowed. Whether you're a widower or what you or you are widow. It is really a community of singles that we are forming. It is not a matchmaking group. It is to bring singles together in a community so that singles could connect with singles. There are some people, they are okay being single, and that's fine. They don't want to get into a relationship, but they don't mind being in a singles group in order to be able to meet other singles, to do things that you can't really do with married people. Married people tend not to have time to enjoy themselves, and as single people do, and go places and so on. So these are singles that will get together. So we're going to have a discussion in order to know how to push that forward and in what direction that we should go and to bring that. We have over 60 persons already registered. Would you believe? 60 persons. What we are doing is trying to make sure that we have on board enough men to balance that off. You wouldn't get a perfect balance, but enough men. So we're encouraging men, especially if you know of a single man, ask him to register and to sign up. Go to the website www.michaelatstewart.com. We need the men, but we have quite a number of women, and we still want women to still continue to plug into that. We're going to do some personal development programs, etc. So that is it. One more that we want to tell you is that coming up in August, we have this program called Decisions Determine Destiny. That is a paid session. Of course, you go again to the website, www.michaelatstewart.com. That's where you go to register. And once you go there, you see all the other programs, and you can also pay online, etc. All right, that's it. So let's get down to this topic at hand now. Let's get down to business. 3 reasons why most people are unhappy with the life that they have. Let me give you some preamble. Let me give you some things before. So let me say hello to those who have just joined us. Keely, good evening. Good to have you. Sharon Thomas and the works. Wonderful having you on. So, according to the statistics that I've read, 1 in 4 persons live the life of their dream, which means most people do not live the life of their dreams. That's sad, but that is real. In fact, when I first got to understand that caused me to make some serious changes in my life, career-wise and otherwise, that changed the results of my life. Why? Because what is it? Why must I work 33 and a third? I'm talking about I was a public servant. Why must I retire at 60 doing a job that is not my fullest potential? And then retire at 60 and now try to find the thing that I really want to do. How much time do I have left to do that? Why should somebody be in a relationship that they are frustrated with, they are not happy in it, and continue in that state to a point where they are now finished, they're in the relationship, but they are not happy? What does that do to your psyche? Now, of course, if somebody is married to the person, there's some other things that has to be taken into consideration, that, and you have children, etc. You have to take into consideration, and that's understandable. But you must tell yourself, I must find some happiness somewhere, even if I need to make some adjustments in my life as far as that is concerned. All right. So the thing is, somebody said that in the grave, it's a wealthy space. Why? Because in the grave, there are people who have died with their dreams. their hopes, their aspirations, their thoughts, their ideas, things they wanted to do that they never accomplished. The grave is a very rich place. When people die with the book inside of them, the book that they wanted to write, they die with that idea and that passion of something that they wanted to achieve in their life. I tell you, your life must be a very, very sad space. So, the grave. So, most people live below their fullest potential. That's a fact. So, everyone's life is different. So, what I want out of life is not the same thing you want out of life. So, I can't say that because I have this, you need to have that. That can't work. There are some people just want a simple life. That is what will make them happy. They just want to be married, sit down in a relationship, enjoy a good, happy home, and they don't look for that. That's all that they want. Other people want to go there and work and amass wealth and live in big houses, and that would make them happy. Okay, that's all right. Other people want to enjoy various things in life as travel, etc. That makes them feel as though they are living the life that they want. And that's okay. But if those are the things you want in life, are you living it? Are you enjoying it? Are you getting out of life what you actually look forward to, what you want out of life? Because that is going to be critical. Very, very critical. It's a sad thing. It's a travesty when people live their life only dreaming and not living a real dream, not living out what they're dreaming. So they're just dreaming and dreaming and dreaming. So we want to talk about why some of those things, and the program that we have coming up, that workshop that we have coming up, how to live, how to design your life, that is going to give you all of the tools to give you the life that you want. We promise you that. So if you have not signed up, while we on this program, you can actually go to the website and sign up. Right. So the fake life that we live is really to mask our unhappiness. So we bury ourselves in wealth and possession to give the impression that my life is happy. But do you know there are people have nice cars, nice houses, and all of that, wear many jewelry, and they're unhappy. They don't have the life that they want. They have the life that they are hoping to impress you with. Fake. There are people with a fake relationship. They post themselves with their spouses on Facebook. And they talk such nice things about the spouse and so on. But sometimes they're not happy. Sometimes they're doing that to convince you that they are happy. That's real. That's why we need to take a step back and ask ourselves, am I living the life that I want? Am I happy? Am I really, really happy? And sometimes you have to ask yourself that 3 times to really get the answer. Am I really, really happy? So there are people living beyond their means, spending more money to impress people and to have friends. But they are trying to purchase happiness from these friends, acceptance, approval. They want to be looked upon favorably by these people, so they spend their money in order to gain that favor. That fake life that we live. We pretend to be happy, and we pretend to be happy while we pretend that we are not pretending. Yeah. Some people create the heavens and earth, said Lamimi. Keely said some people try to convince themselves. Yeah, you're trying to. Yeah, I might be trying to find out your business, Lamimi. I'm trying to get you and Sydney hooked up at the same time, but I'm not too sure that we're working through. But let me see how we could work with that. All right. So let's start with some of the 3 things, and I want to get your feedback. And the telephone number that you could call us is really 68868. Sorry, let's start that again. I keep forgetting we have an audience that is outside of Trinidad and Tobago. 868-688-5363. That is 868-688-5363. Make sure you share the live, and you can WhatsApp on that number or you can call us on WhatsApp on that number. So it is free. You can just call us free and share with us your own ideas, your own thoughts, or ask a question. Why is it people are unhappy with the life that they live? Well, and before I go into that, let me just tell you this, that the media have put before us something to influence us to what the real life is. And people fashion their life off of celebrities and entertainers. Or young people are beginning to dress like the entertainers, tattoo themselves like the entertainers, and they think that they have the life. But are they really living their own life? Or are they trying to find validity in the life of somebody else? No, and that's why it is important for us to be able to live our own life with the life that makes us happy. That's how you could tell that you may not be happy. When you ask yourself, and you're confused as though you don't know, am I really happy? If you have to ask yourself if you are really happy, then there's a high chance you are not happy. And then you might know that something is not right in my life. I don't get up with the gusto. I don't get up with the energy, and don't get up with the verve. I don't have the excitement about life. I don't even know what the whole idea of all of this excitement about life is all about. Why is it people make such a big deal about life? Then you might not be living the life you want. People who live the life that they want know that they live in the life that they want. They get up with energy every morning. They look forward for the day. They look forward for the relationship. They look forward for the job. They look forward to experience things during the day. So let me tell you some of the areas in life that you have to check. Right? Let me tell you some of the areas. Your health. Do you have the health that you want? Are you enjoying good health? Especially when you check your age. Because if you are 70 something years old, you need to ask yourself, am I in fairly good health for a 70-year-old person? But if you are 20 something, you have to ask yourself, are you really in a fairly good health? Do you really have the health you want? 2, finance. When you think of your bank account, do you smile or do you frown? Are you happy or are you sad? When you really look at your salary, what you're working for, the money your ability to pay your bills, does it make you happy? No, you don't have to work for plenty of money. I'm not talking about the quantum of money, but what does it make you? Are you satisfied? Are you satisfied with what you are producing financially? Thirdly, the relationships around you. Those are things that would affect how your happiness and how your satisfaction in life is. The relationships, the spouse that you are with, the girlfriend, the boyfriend, the husband, the wife, how happy are you with that person? Because if you are not, then you're not living the life of your dream. You're not living the life that you want. Unless, of course, you wanted an unhappy relationship with a spouse. If that is what you want, then yeah, then you should be happy. But isn't that an oxymoron? That you wanted an unhappy relationship with a spouse and you got it, but you're unhappy? You understand me? So, check the relationship that you're in and see whether that is good for you. Yeah? So, we talk about also when you look at your life and you ask your life, the career that you are in, was that the dream job you wanted, or that was the organization that accepted you as an employee? Today, most people work in jobs that they don't like. Most, not all, most. And they are just working to pay bills, not because they enjoy this vocation. That is this is the area of service that I want to be in. Yeah. Good evening, Jordan. Yes, you're late. I hope you had a safe journey back. I missed you. I tell you, I told myself I should have probably run away and find where you were and just to see you face to face and say hi. Uh, Ava said, making my own decisions. Where did that go? Making my own decision to make you happy. Only you understand yourself. Okay. Okay, Monica, good evening. All right. So we're saying that we have to determine our happiness. Number one. We now start number one. 3 reasons why most people are unhappy with their life. Number one, you made some bad decisions in your life. Let me say that again. You made some bad decisions in your life. Don't we all? Haven't we all made some really wrong turns in our lives? Really bad turns. And those bad turns give us a result that we don't like and we don't want at all. But what can we do? Have you checked the decisions that you have made and how those decisions have thrown you back? Every time you get into a relationship that doesn't work, you have made a decision and then you have to come out back of that relationship to start a new one. That throws your life back. There are things that you could have accomplished if you had been in a stable relationship that you can't accomplish. Some bad decisions that we made. Have you become a parent too early that changed some areas in your life? Now, I'm not saying that the child is bad. The decision that you made, because some people made a child or got pregnant or impregnated another person that wasn't part of their plan. So they are not even with the person's, they are not even with the child, or they are not in a relationship that could bring up the child in the way they want, but they having to take care of the child has put their life in a completely different direction. The child, I want to say that again, is not your issue. That's not the bad part. The bad part is that you made a decision that was not in the direction of the plans that you had as a dream for your life. But now you have to live with it. Now you have to make some adjustments for it. There are some decisions that people made that caused them to lose their jobs. Had they not lost their job, they would have been financially better off. Although losing your job may have caused you to come up upon other opportunities that advance your life. But that decision had its consequences. So people make some bad decisions. And when we look back, hindsight, they say, is 2020 vision. I want you to just ask yourself, what are some of those decisions that you made in your life that set your life back and threw you off course? Think about it. Did you leave your educational journey too early? Dropped out of school thinking that you couldn't put up with school, and then now come out and having a problem to find a job and wish you had stayed and finished school? I'm talking to people here today. Did you break up in a relationship that was going good, but because let's say your eye was long and you lost a good relationship that was working well for you, but you made a mistake with that person by going outside of the relationship, and it damaged your relationship? All of these are decisions that has far-reaching impact on all of us. So what are people saying on Facebook? They have their own argument. I show Lamimi running that whole discussion down on the Facebook. Yeah. I wish my godfather listened to me and carried me back home. Yeah, we had godfather then. Okay. So we make some bad decisions. And let me tell you something about decisions. Every time you make a decision, it takes your life down one path. And when you make a different decision, it would have taken you down a different path. Every decision takes you down a path and has its own results. Have you been making the best decisions to give you the best results and the best direction in your life? Now, we all have made some decisions in life that wrecked us and um, done some things with us. Today's decisions seem to have even more far-reaching effect with people, far-reaching impact when people make certain decisions that destroys their life, change the outcome of their life in so many different ways, intercepting issues that has implications. Your temper, you may get away with somebody, fall out with a good friend, and that good friend may have been somebody who was there for you all the time, and you fell out with the person and broke off a good relationship. Was that a good decision? I don't know. So those decisions are what going to impact upon your life. Most decisions are your doing. Let me say that again. Most of the decisions are yours that cause you to have the life that you have. Whatever life you have, if you're happy with it, there are decisions you made to have a happy life. If your life is unhappy, there are decisions you made that gave you an unhappy life. I don't believe that, somebody says. Well, you see, just because you're unhappy now, you have to really go back in time and see whether you made a decision that caused a ripple effect to bring you to this point. Some of us, let's say our financial state, may have been some decisions we made in money and how we spent money years ago that has us in this situation now. When you bought that car, that was not a necessary vehicle. Did it impact upon your life when you could have used that money for something more productive to advance your life? When you went on that trip overseas and you came back and you showed us all those pictures that you did in the Eiffel Towers, and you showed us all of that grand time, it was nice, you enjoyed it. But what did I do for your finances? When you come back and you still have the loan outstanding to the bank and the credit union for that trip, could you have avoided it? When people get married and they spend $60,000 for a marriage, for venue and food and so on, is that wise? When I do counseling, and I do counseling just in case, let me just throw that out to people now. And marital counseling, and people tell me they have to spend $75,000 and $100 and something thousand dollars. I'm asking them, what do you do with all of those friends? When you get in trouble, how many of them do you really need to help mend your issues? Not many. According to the law, you only need 5 people in a legal wedding. The laws of Trinidad and Tobago: a bride, a groom, a licensed marriage officer, and 2 witnesses. 5 people. Do you need to feed 75,000 people? Because after we have fed all of them, where does that leave you financially to start off your marriage? That's a decision. Isn't it better that you just have a small thing, and sometime later on, after you have amassed a certain amount of money, then you have your bash? The decisions we make, most, if not all of the decisions you make, got your life to where it is, and my life also. So we take either the credit or we take the praise. Very few decisions are others people's decision. Let me tell you one of those decisions. When somebody makes a decision to interfere with a 6-year-old, a 4-year-old, and sexually assault them, is not the issue of the child. It's a decision of somebody else who impacted that child. So there are some decisions that is not our fault, that is not our doing. That's acknowledged. But 98% of decisions are ours. And we got to accept that. 98% of the decisions are ours. Now, not making a decision is a decision. There are times we should have spoken up. There are times that we should have left that abusive relationship. There are times that we should have said no, and we did not make a decision. There are times that we should have told the child what we needed to tell the child as a parent, and we did not. We are now in a state because of a lack of making a good decision. Oh, yeah, that is true. So the life that you have primarily rests upon your decisions. I don't care what it is. And when we open up the telephone line, I want you to tell me, what is it that you all have in your life that a decision could not have changed? A bad decision gets your life in a bad direction. A good decision takes it back out. Let me say that again. A bad decision gets your life in the situation of lack, want, and sadness. A good decision is what's going to take it back out. You can come right back out of a bad situation if you just change the way how you make your decisions. Now, before I come off decisions, let me go on to this one, and then we'll go to a break, and I give you the other two when we come back from the break. Let me tell you this. Other people, while you are making decisions for the good, other people could make a decision for the bad. But you must take action to mitigate against the bad decisions of others. You cannot blame, should not keep blaming other people for their bad decisions in your life. You should not continue to blame other people for their bad decisions in your life. You must make decisions to mitigate against the bad decisions of other people. Let me give you two. One I think you will understand, and the other one I think it's going to cause a little challenge in some quarters. So, I make a decision to leave my wallet on my car seat while I run into a store. That's a decision. And that's a decision with my rights to do so. But I have to make a decision to put away that wallet and lock my car to mitigate against a bad decision of a thief. I cannot ignore that and then complain. I have my wallet here and a man come and take it. I've got to make a decision. Now, I may have had my last $1,000, my last rent for this month inside of that wallet. Now I don't have my rent. You don't have your rent because somebody came and stole it, because you did not make a decision to mitigate against a bad decision of somebody else. Sometimes we only look at the good decisions we make, but it is a bad decision to make a good decision without taking into consideration somebody else's bad decision. You all got me? I hope you all getting me up in here. So that's one example. You know, I listened to there was a case where a young girl, a woman, went into the room or the dorm of, I think it's a sports person, about 3 o'clock in the morning, and she claimed rape at that hour, 3 o'clock in the morning. Now, yes, it's her right to be able to go visit the person and not have to fear to be intruded upon. But when we talk about decisions, we have to make decisions to mitigate against the bad decisions of others. The same way, I have to take into consideration my wallet and put it away, even though it is in my car and is my wallet. I think that situation that I read about, there must be some decision I must make, that if I go to somebody's room at 3 a.m., am I making a decision that will mitigate against the bad decision of somebody else? And I'm not doing victim blaming here. I'm talking about a responsibility. Every time we come to these kind of talks, people start to get a little offended because they start to defend. But I'm just saying as it is. Because I think that we all need to be big people to be able to accept that we owe ourselves a decision. You leave your house unattended, unlocked. You go down the road and then you come back in and somebody is in your house without having to break into your house. Take decisions to mitigate against the bad decisions of others. And I'll give you an example. Yes, Mr. Director, I come in for the break after this example. I went into one of the fast foods one day and I ordered a meal. And I wanted to get ketchup and some of the other things. And I left all my belongings on the table with the meal while I go to get the ketchup. A gentleman came up to the desk when I came back to the table, and he sat down opposite me. And he said, "Sir, I don't know you. You don't know me. But could I tell you something? I've been to jail for stealing. I don't want to steal. I'm out and I'm really trying not to go back. But when people like you do those things and just rest down your wallet on top of that table and you walk off and leave it, and you leave your keys on the table and you walk off and leave it, I have a hard time." I never forgot that. That was years ago. Never. That was when I was eating fast food. I don't eat fast food again, but I never forgot that. And I'm saying there are people who are struggling to do the right thing. And we need to take action, decisions to mitigate against those people who have that weakness towards it. I thank the gentleman and appreciated of him coming, and he courtesy and he said, "Have a good day," and he left. If I see the man today, I would not know him. I know he's a short man, probably because I'm short. And I respect that caution that he gave me. Every time I go to do that, I now remember him. And I say, I need to take a decision to prevent the decisions of other people. Yep. So, Lamimi, yes, that is an honest thief. That's right. Susan Thomas says, parents, we create our own monsters. Yes, we do. We blame the children for so many things when we need to take some responsibility. All right. Okay. Mr. Director, Sid Jones is behind the console, and let's go to a break. We'll be right back. We'll give you the other two. I hope you all like it. Like the live. Double B Supermarket, 60 to 62 Government House Road, Scarborough, Tobago. All items reasonably priced, friendly staff. If you don't believe me, you call them 639-5329. If you ask them any question, they'll tell you. Jesus is the answer.
Don't let the weather of the day dictate your pace. I stayed cool every time I got into my vehicle, and you can too. At Tow School Center of 31 Gaskin Bay Road, Bonaccord, they specialize in auto air conditioning with parts and services catering to your car's needs. Call and ask for tows at 660-8777 or 788-3535. Tow School Center, where a comfortable ride is a cool ride.
Hey, let me tell you, if you have not signed up for this program, I want you to do that, because that is going to help you for some of the things that we're talking about here tonight. Because a lot of people have ambition, they have drive, and they want to do something with their life, but they feel stuck. This program is going to help unstick you. It is just $350 TT. For those of you overseas, it's $50 US. You can go to my website, www.michael80stewart.com. You can register tonight, and you can be on this program. It is on Saturday coming, 6 o'clock. So you are not too late, but we can get you on board. You already have persons registered and raring to go. So it is going to get your life going. Here we go. Next one, the singles. All those who are single, unmarried, separated, divorced, widowed, we have a wonderful event coming up for you on the 23rd of July. But you've got to go to the website and register. Again, www.michaelatstewart.com, especially all you young men out there, eligible bachelors. Make sure you register. We're going to have a nice discussion and we're going to build a nice community. We have over 60 persons already registered. We are looking to get between 75 and 100 people inside of there, but we want also to have a number of men. We've had people from the USA, we have people from Nigeria, we have people from the various Caribbean islands and so on. We want to also make sure that we have a large number of men on board. Yes, you save that money and go on a vacation with the huzzy. All right, nice. Thank you very much. And then, of course, we have this program, the Decision Determine Destiny, along the line that we just talked about. Yeah. That is $250 TT, $39.95 US. Don't worry, you could get the money. Stop putting yourself in your own way. Because it's going to help you to make good decisions. If you have a young person, a young man especially, and you want that young man to start making good decisions, you should try and sign him up. That one is on the 20th of August. Again, you go to the website, www.michaelatstewart.com. Thank you very much. Right. And we're back. So I hope you all remember the first one. We make some bad decisions. That's why most people's lives are in the way it is. Bad decisions. I visit the jail and I meet some people inside of there. Bad decisions. They will admit that. When you go to the courts, bad decisions. A gentleman called me one day and he said to me, Mr. Stewart, I made one too many bad decisions and I just lost my marriage and my family life. He said, I made some wrong ones before, but I should have stopped. I made one too many and I lost my whole family. Wow. It's so sad. But that's the problem with hindsight. You look back and you say, boy, I should not have done that. When we should be looking in foresight and say, this is the consequence of if I go this route, and I should therefore change that course. No way to be forced to change your course. Change your course on your own. Second, what causes us to not have the life that we want? One is when we do not have a clear, specific plan for our lives. Clear, specific plan. Right? I hope you're all noting that. I hope those of you who writing notes, because usually we have people here writing notes. Clear, specific plan for your life. Because it is important that we not only dream. People have their dream job, dream relationship, their dream house, their dream life. But that's all some people do. They dream and dream and dream. But they don't have a clear, specific plan. When you sit down with people, they tell you all the things they want to accomplish in life. When you're going to accomplish that, they don't have a clue. You don't have a plan if you don't have a deadline. Every plan must have a deadline that says, this is what I will accomplish in this period of time. People get into relationships and they have no plan as to when they're going to get married, if they're going to get married. They have no plan when they will have children. They have no plan when they will build. They just know that they're in a relationship. And so they court for 16, 17, 18 years, just waiting. And they just hang on inside of there. Are you in one of those relationships that you are just inside of the relationship, but you don't know where the relationship is going? Of course, you're going to be unhappy. Of course, you're not going to have the life you want. And when you sit down with most people in relationship, they don't have a plan where the relationship is going. So you ask it, how is this relationship between you and Mr. So-and-so or you and Miss So-and-so? I don't know. Ask him. I don't know. Ask her. Okay? Are you all planning to get married? Well, we don't know. We're just watching and see how it would work out. You live that life long enough like that, you will be unhappy. Because you don't have a plan. You don't have a deadline. And so we will teach you how to do a plan in that program that is coming up on how to design the life you want. We will give you a plan that you can use and apply to your life. We're not going to give you your plan. We're going to give you an outline that would help you to be able to say, this is what is going to give me the results that I want in life in this specific period of time. Some people just don't have a plan. They just have a dream. They watch what other people have and they're hoping that they end up with it. Each day, if you want to know what a person's priority is, look at what they're doing each day. And let me talk to some young people now who play video games all day and watch Facebook, scroll through Facebook, watch TikTok and make TikTok, and every 2 seconds they post a TikTok and so on. Yeah. All right, let me see if this person is calling in for the program. Hello, good day. Hello. Hello. Hello, are you calling in for the program? Yes, okay. Yes, you go ahead. This is Mike at Night. Well, it's a good night to everyone. Yes. Mm-hmm. I always make myself right example. Yeah, but I think your dogs are competing with you. Yeah. The dogs are not my dogs are the noisy. It's a neighbor's dogs. Waiting for them to stop barking, but they're on the bed. They're going to stop anytime now. All right. But you have to make it short because it is really coming back into the feeding back into the microphone. But go ahead, please. Yeah. I listened to the topic on, when I was working in CPAP, I always used to, I was outside, so I was looking at all the nice cars and all the people driving these nice cars and stuff like that. Watching all these big houses and stuff. And it used to make me feel that situation. I was just wonder, it's like, it's my, I've got a little emptiness inside of me. I always felt unhappy, like life wasn't going the way I wanted to go. I always felt that it had to be more going to work, coming home, going to work, and yes. I'm having. Hear what I'm doing. I would have to ask you to call back when those dogs. Yeah. No, I didn't stop now. You sound like you muzzle them. Yeah. Now? Yes. Right. And then I started to wonder, if life is more than this, like it's more than me just get up in the morning and going to work and coming home and that kind of thing. And I can't feel I'm happy about where my life going, based on how other people's life was going. And then I met my wife and everything is changed. Right. It's something different. Right. Other people. Right. So you made a decision regarding the choice of the woman you're going to marry, and that has changed your life. Yes. All right. Yes. Okay. It doesn't take about marriage and how kind of thing. So people who live in their life unhappy, I saw them look at somebody else instead of looking at yourself. Right. Okay. Then you're looking at how much money they have and you are none. How much cars they have and you are none. Right. A big house, you are none. Okay. And I always feel that Jesus taught me to, when he said, well, you looking at the mote in your brother's eye, and you are one bigger than in yours. Right. I feel the biggest mote I was on happiness. All right. All right. We have another call coming through. Thanks a lot. All right. I'm really sorry to take off that. Yes. Good evening, Mike at Night. Hello, you have to listen me on the telephone. Yes. Hi. I am hearing you, but I think I need you louder than that.
Okay.
Right, I have you. I have you.
You got me now?
I got you loud and clear.
Okay. Well, I'm calling in. This is my first time, and I did type first time under
Oh,
YouTube, but
oh,
you
good.
are ignoring the YouTube side over here.
Where are you calling from? Where are you calling from?
I'm calling from the Atlanta area.
Ah, nice, nice, great to have you. I have a brother in
Yes.
Atlanta and I have a sister in Maryland.
Oh, that's nice. And you
Yes.
have a niece in Atlanta too, don't you?
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
Yes, but anyway, well, let's get with the topic. What I want to make sure that everyone has clarity on is this fact of happiness, right? We don't want people chasing infinite things,
Right.
meaning that if we are chasing happiness, it will go to infinity. We could never always be happy because life it doesn't make like a linear graph. It doesn't just go straight up and up. Life has ups and downs, a lot of curves. So when we talk about happiness, we have to make sure that we are contextual with it because no one and I wrote down the two things you so far stated: the decisions and the clear, specific plan. Now, no one is going to make 100% good decisions in this school of life, right? So, we have to know that there are going to be times we are happy, and then there are going to be times that we are unhappy. So, to me, maybe the question should be, what do we do when we are unhappy? How do we face those disappointments? You know, how do we deal with the downs and the lows? And of course, that does include what you said, like with the decisions, you know, having that decision to be content, having that decision or making that decision to make lemonade out of the lemons, you know, that type of thing.
Yes.
So having the mindset and the perspective of that I'm not going to always be happy. I'm not always going to get up every morning and be bright-eyed and bushy-tailed and happy. So once we know that that is normal, then sometimes we know when we're down that we're not going to always stay down.
Right.
And likewise, when we're up, we're not going to always stay up.
I don't know if you were on when we started, when we said that your happiness, it has nothing, you can't measure your happiness against somebody else's. It has to be your own. And what we also said, what I want to also agree with you with is in that statement that you made. Just because I am depressed today does not mean that I suffer from depression, because life is not linear, as you said. It has its ups and downs, and so just because I'm unhappy today does not make me unhappy. So I agree with you 100%, and so therefore he's learning now, how do I learn to be contented and learn to adjust to the times, etc. Right.
That's
Agreed.
exactly that's just my opinion and my perspective.
It sounds fair, you know.
Like, you know, for us not to be so looking, like you said, the right thing in the bank account, perfect health, the right relationships. Sometimes they're not all going to occur in a positive way all the time, you know, and then so we have to be ready for that. And we have to have the mindset that, guess what? I could be at zero balance on my bank account, but
and still be happy.
Exactly. It's my perspective on it. How am I going to look at it? You know, so people who are millionaires right now and billionaires right now, they have times where they had zero and negative in their bank account. You know, people who are in great relationships right now have had dry seasons.
Okay.
You see? And then we have a lot of pots cooking at the same time as well. So sometimes your health might be great, but you might be broke.
Yes. Yes.
You know, and don't have a man. And sometimes you may have the best man in the world, but you know, so I just wanted everyone to just know that you don't have to have this perfect making the best decision
Yes.
time or having a specific, because you can make the best plans in the world, but when life hits you,
Yes.
sometimes those plans, you know, you're
Yes.
going to be plan B, plan C until you get to plan Z.
All
But
right.
my main point I wanted to make is to just say, not so much for us to dwell on happy or unhappy, because these are very vague and you know can lead to a lot of
Okay.
misconstrued. So let us more deal on the mindset that we have, knowing that we are going to be happy in life and we are going to also be unhappy. But thank you so much for your time.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you very much. Okay. All right. So,
Okay, bye-bye.
okay. That person is from Atlanta, Georgia. Yeah. Okay. Georgia in the house. All right. So, just to make sure that it's clear that we did say that your happiness is what you define for yourself as happy. And just as she said, the millionaire at one point had zero. There are people who are millionaire and unhappy. Yeah. So don't think that money is gonna do it. Exactly. Okay. So let's just finish up this last one because I think we run out of time. That we enjoyed your calls. Thank you very much, and we hope that we're gonna get calls earlier in the program next time. But it was nice hearing from people. Number three. Why most people are unhappy. Number three, they lack the will and determination to do what is necessary. Lack the will and determination. There are some people, they change their mind easily. They start a program of education and they wouldn't finish it. They start a job and they don't give it their all. They fall asleep and they wake up and they go to work late and they get fired. They don't give life their all. They don't have the killer instinct. They don't have the shark nose to go after something and just get it. They don't have the thing that if they want the degree, they get that degree at all costs. They don't go after things in life. They don't have the determination. There are some people, they would not even make the effort. If, and you know, many of these courses that we are doing, and not only me and many of the people who do training and courses and so on, that there are people will not spend for their own development. But if you call an all-inclusive FET, they will spend and be there, but they wouldn't develop themselves. Therefore, when you put your effort and money and your time into things that are not giving you the life you want, whatever life it is, if your life is the FET, then fine. You put all of your money in the FET and in the parties and so on, if that is the life you want. Note what I'm saying. But if that is not the one you want, then you need to now ask yourself, am I putting my energies, my resources in the areas, and am I determined enough, and am I focused enough? You enter into a nice relationship, the relationship going good, and next girl come along, and she's also a nice looking girl, and you wreck a relationship that you're in, going after another one, and you lose both. Come tell me. It's a lack of focus. Focus, people. Yeah. So let's not make excuses and make excuses for not getting the life you want. The life you want, you can have if you're determined enough, if you make the right decisions and you make the decisions that you need, and if you have a clear, specific plan. That's not all, but I only gave you three. Let me encourage you to be part of our program coming up Saturday, the 16th. How to design the life that you want so that you can now live the life of your dreams. Yeah, go to my website, www.michaelitstewart.com. I love you all. Going to be back here on Thursday again. Same time, 9 o'clock Atlantic Standard Time until 10 o'clock. My name is Michael Stewart. I'm pleased to meet you. And you'll have a good day. The man behind the console, his name is Sid Jones. He's single. Catch you all later. God bless. Double B Supermarket, 60 to 62 Government House Road, Scarborough, Tobago. All items reasonably priced, friendly staff. If you don't believe me, you call them 639-5329. If you ask them any question, they'll tell you Jesus is the answer.
Don't let the weather of the day dictate your pace. I stayed cool every time I got into my vehicle, and you can too. At Tow School Center of 31 Gaskin Bay Road, Bonaccord, they specialize in auto air conditioning with parts and services catering to your car's needs. Call and ask for tows at 660-8777 or 788-3535. Tow School Center, where a comfortable ride is a cool ride.